Namaste Big Cat. Welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Come in. Come on. I've got intel. Namaste Big Cats. Did you miss me? I was very busy. I had to plait my hair. One plait at a time, darling dears. All whilst what? Doing my second 24-hour fast. I started my fast on Friday at 6 p.m. I lasted until Saturday at 3 p.m. I finished my first fast after 21 hours. That was the most guiltiest piece of food I've ever ate in my whole existence, darling dear. I felt so guilty and so bad that I started my fast again at 4 p.m. on Saturday, and I lasted until 4 p.m. on Sunday. Let me tell you something, darling dears. You may fall back into some disreputable behavior that you know that you shouldn't be doing, but that's not the point where you give up. That's when you what? Get tough from the inside out and continue. Don't look back, darling dear. Everyone has a stumbling block, but you don't have to turn it into a stumbling life. Good God, my hairline couldn't take it. Let me tell you, nobody can make you feel guilty like your own consciousness, darling dear. Your subconscious will work on you. It shut my mouth for a whole 24 hours after said fact. My mechanicals are going funny. Let's dive in, darling dears. Let's dive in. The planetary energies today, darling dears. We have what? The asteroid Juno. Juno rules what? It symbolizes the trials and tribulations of committed partnerships and true love and what? Soulmates, darling dear. Right. Juno is now retrograde in Pisces. Hold on to your hats, darling dear. Get your pearls and clutch them beaches, darling dears. Because I'm telling you, this Juno retrograde in Pisces is going to bring up a lot of what? Internal, right? Conflict. Yes, baby. Because the asteroid Juno wants fairness, yeah? Dream relationships can turn into nightmares and hurt feelings turn into deep emotional wounds. Today, darling dears, best them than you, darling dear. Don't let it be you, big cat. Oh no, you can't be hurt over anything except when you're letting your own self down. Let me tell you something, the conscience, it had my mouth shut and locked, right? I broke my fast at 3 p.m. and I started the new one at 4 p.m., mate. I was not good. And to make it even worse, the progeny, Karma Moore and O'Shea, they did the first 24-hour fast. They did it like bosses. And I felt so bad that I had to start again. And I made sure I conquered it. And as I was walking back in, because Karma Moore kept coming in, checking on me, she kept going, Mommy, are you okay? Mommy, are you okay? Mommy, do you need more water? My progeny had to minister unto me and guide me through a 24-hour fast, don't you know? Pinkies up. You'll be surprised how much they're caping for you in the background, darling dear. Why? When your progeny see you stand up and claim dominion over yourself, it gives them self-esteem and self-worth, darling dear. And I let them down, and I could see it on their faces when I told them that I'd broken the fast. Good God. Lord Jesus. If I could have just opened up the world and just sunk back into it, I would have. But I said, oh no, how now, brown cow, right? I'm big cat and I'm going to do it, and I did. And it felt wonderful, right? I was expecting what? Archangels to come in on a chariot of righteousness. That didn't happen. It was achievement from the inside out. It shows that you can will yourself into any situation or circumstance that you can conceive, believe, and achieve. But you have to believe in yourself. And not only that, I went into it with what? Knowledge of what happened with the first 21 hours. The knowledge that, yes, you will go on. Yes, you will get hungry at what? Around the 17th, 18th hour. But drink the water. Think about yourself. Think about what you're going to achieve, darling dear. And not only that, it does wonders for your whole digestive system. It sorts out all of the, gives you a healthier gut, right? It allows you to what? Rinse out a lot of impurities once your water intake goes up, because it will do over the fast. But anyway, I digress and I'm going on. Let me carry on with the planetary energies. Right, as I was saying, Juno symbolizes trials and tribulations of committed partnerships, true love, and soulmates. Any interpersonal struggles that you've tried to cover up, right, are going to float to the surface, just like Shiznai, darling dear. Just like Shiznai. Please excuse the adverts. I keep them in, darling dear. Sometimes they come with a message. Anything that you try to ignore, darling dear, this is the time where you will be in what? Full on self-reflective mode in this retro motion between what? Juno and Pisces. You'll be looking at asking yourself certain questions, right, about the relationships in your life. Wondering if they're what? Good partnerships. Are they pouring into you, darling dear, as you pour into them? Is there equal give and take? Or do you have to what? Keep a sturdy stance, darling dear, to keep the relationship going? I think not, Scotty. Listen, I drop off people like I'm dropping off what? Easter eggs, blood. Yes. Drop them off, mate. Because you have to realize when you have certain energies around you, it lacks you in motivation. All they've got is drama.com, darling dear. And guess who they want for their emotional tampon? Well, they're the tampon string. You know the skulldugger's tampon string, right? Always slipping into places that it's not supposed to slip into. Or straight up exposing you to the world. Let me tell you something. You've got no time for the tampon strings in your life, darling dear. I told you, Juno's going to be sorting it out. You won't be able to hide. You'll be what? Shown exactly what they are to you, as you are to them, darling dear. Hurtful as it may be, cut it off, darling dear. Matthew 5:30, if the right hand offends you, you cut it off. And you keep what? Going. Yes. You keep it moving, keep it sharp, keep it pumping, keep it pressing, keep it pushing. All of the above. Let me quickly run through the namaste. Kimorena. Big cat wave. Kung Fu Panda. Hiya. Well, good. Are you good? Always ready for a quick chop. We've got Lady Likeness. Number 1, darling dear. We've got the Poet Lounge. We've got a poet amongst us, darling dears. Yes. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. With the gifted. We've got Anisha Saunders. We've got Benicia Ballerina. Darling dear, Bonita, what's going on? I see you dancing again, darling dear. Always dance. It gets the body flowing. It keeps it moving. You have to keep the body active. Why? Because it helps push the dis-ease of cancer away. When you sit down and don't exercise yourself, keep yourself moving, you seize up, darling dear, no matter your age. Keep it moving, Scotty. Find an exercise routine and wrap yourself around it. Or better yet, in juxtapose, go and get yourself a core ball. I'm telling you, your life will change, especially if you are in celibacy. You have to keep the hips moving, keep them oiled, darling dear, to get your manifestation mode on. Yeah, I told you many times, your seat of emperors and empresses is what? Your seat of manifestation, darling dears. You've got to keep it moving. And knowing that, darling dear, you've got to keep it going. Why? It's the root chakra. And today is Monday. Monday, the days when you work on your root chakra. Moon energy, darling dears. A day when you set your intentions, get your budget and your bills online. This is what's going on today, darling dears. We've got to keep it fresh and pumping. Your spiritual energy, your spiritual ranking, darling dears, has them shooketh, shook to their core, as their what? Mouths, those slashes they dare to call a mouth, darling dear, is shut, and their eyes are open as they go for pen and paper, because they've gone from the hate to what? Echo Praxic, darling dear, trying to copy your gangster when it's from the inside out. Why? Because you did the hard work. Angelic alchemist mother, big cat wave. Glad you could pop in, darling dears. Hello, Philip Davis. Nice to see you. Pinkies up. Yes, baby. As I was saying, we've got to keep it fresh and pumping on a Monday morning. Where's your incense? What did you do for your meditation? Did you thank the Most High as you kicked your way out of the duvet? Every step you make, every move you make, right? They've been watching. Oh yes. Waiting for you to slip and fall when the only slip you do is to what? To another level, darling dear. And they can't stand it. They've got the jealousy, envy, and hate syndrome, darling dears. They was never your day one. Father God Most High is and always will be all you ever need or wants on this Malkuf. Envy is I can't stand that you have it. Jealousy is I don't want you to have it. Hate, I'm going to do everything in my skullduggerous, right, bottom feeding power to ensure that it's taken from you. They've left from the envy and the jealousy and gone straight to the hate, darling dear, trying to get you as a victim of hate at their particular gate to what degradation, darling dear. Because if they're implying or embodying all of these three things, darling dears, they've got nothing better to do than focus on you when they should be watering their own astroturf. Darling dears, I know it will never grow. We all know that. It's astroturf, blood. But they should mind their own business. It's made them step into what? That deep, dark hole of hate. When really all they need to do is look in the mirror to see where and what they truly hate. The mirror, a portal, which they use to send negative energies towards a big cat. The same mirror they sit in front of and cry out their last tears, darling dear, because you dared to what? Do the DNS like a boss, had to look over my shoulder. They're just getting it into their cranium that you're the red light, green light champion, as am I, of 79. Don't you know? Pinkies up. Yes, baby. Straight into the hate. These back front neck tabbers, mouth breathing, and they're malicious to boot. Telling lies, rehashing old mistakes that you did when you don't live at that address anymore, darling dears. You've changed in so many ways. Your growth game is off the chizaim. Your ancestral team are high-fiving each other. Why? Because you understood the assignment, big cat. To win at all costs. Win at being the best version of yourself. And to get to be the best version of yourself. Let me just quickly get this advert. Let me just drop these quick astrological tidbits on you. Okay? Your most important issues in life, according to your birth natal chart, darling dear, will be in your angular, right? Your angular is your cardinal signs of Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Find them, darling dear, and they will highlight the most important issues you will always face, what you have to be conquering on a daily basis. So find where what? Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn is in your birth natal chart. Yeah, the planets that's in those houses or the houses themselves will gift you with the tools to what? Circumvent the fucking East blood. And listen, we haven't got the edges or the hairline for that. The succeedant signs, darling dears, is your fixed signs. This will highlight what the success you are supposed to what be in, what form you're supposed to take, darling dears, after you've looked at your North Node to get your game straight, to get your spiel, how you speak to others, how you portray yourself, and your goals, the things you go after, darling dears. You'll find that in your succeedant, as I said, which are the fixed signs of Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. This shows where you are persistent, where you must be stubborn. Organize yourself. In saying that, darling dear, you have to find a way to detach from things that no longer serve you and tackle new things slowly. Why? Because it's a new game for you, darling dear. The big cat always has a brand new bag. Told you, it's about the bag which gives you choice. And how do you get that? By giving back, darling dear, at every turn. The cardinal signs, the angular tells you when you're looking for your life lessons. The Angler tells you how to be creative, how to initiate change in your life, be dynamic and get to action, darling dear, with the Aries, Cancer, and Libra and Capricorn of it all. The final one is your cadent, your mutable signs, right? This will show you where your biggest life lessons are, darling dears. What you have to really and truly conquer. And you'll have to do it alone, darling dears, with not only with the help of what? The Most High and your ancestral team. This is when you'll have to call in their assistance. After the gratitude for the assistance you've been granted, the blessings you have and the blessings yet unseen, but you know they are on their way. You'll find this in your cadence, where you'll find your what? Biggest life lessons. Your cadence is your what? Mutable signs, darling dears, of Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. This is where you learn to be more adaptable, versatile, changeable like the wind, darling dear. Because once you realize a certain avenue is what? Null and void, and it's full of wickedness, you have to learn to what? About face. Do a 180, darling dear, and move away until you can do a full 360 to get a better perspective to see from whence you came. Don't allow yourself to be easily distracted. And your communicative skills should also be with what? Your subconscious. Your God spark within, darling dear, at all times. They expected you to fail. They try to give your assignment to others when they don't realize that the road that's paved to heaven, right, darling, just doesn't go through their backyard of AstroTurf. No. Your road is a much higher road. Why? You had to learn to walk alone, darling dear. And in your darkest hour, you was always provided for. Why? Because you had faith, the size of a mustard seed. Have you seen how small a mustard seed is? Faith, darling dear, where you felt all in the heart. And then you used fear, right? Feeling everything. And you rose as only a big cat can, as the Big Cat Chronicles continues, darling dear. Every day we turn a new page in the chapter of our what? Getting great, darling dears. And yet still, you have the envy, the jealousy, and the hate, darling dears. Oh well, someone has to be the fan better than you, darling dear. And we don't take back those that have been cretins in your life, cockroaches in your life, darling dear. They have learned no lessons. They've possibly even adapted more soul ties, and they're even more deeply wounded, as their wounds will be highlighted for them as Juno is retrograde in Pisces. And they'll be looking... Pardon me, that was a spiritual belch because I speaks the truth. Pinkies up. As I was saying, they'll be looking for what? A vacant orifice where they can offload all of their degradation and bad luck, bad vibes, and good golly and gosh, the bad credit with their bad intentions on you, darling dear.
If you were born before 1985 and you're looking for a new job or change of career, you can...
Something about before 1985, darling dear. If you was born before then, you must be right up in the change of career, change of lifestyle. Had enough of what the fuck is, and you ain't going back. Blood, brah, OC stream. Yes, this and that's been going on, Big Cat. Let's get the camera ready so you can see what's going on. As we call in the robe is trying to trap me to my chair. As we call in the energies of wisdom, guidance, and protection from Father God, Mother Isis, ancestors, angels, way showers, and spiritual guides, as above, so below. From Keitha to Malkuth, Namaste. Energies, up, Big Cat, up. Yes, let's dive in. Let's kick off with the room. Oh, you've got a duet, two of them. When you cast runes, you read them from right to left. Your first rune, darling dear, is Thursaz. Devil energy, darling dear. The Capricorn energy in the reverse, I might add. Good golly and gosh, this is a full-on return to sender. London G, Wagwan, fist bump, and Ita McCarthy, big cat wave. Glad you could pop in. Yes, baby. Lean in, big cat. Third says, this is in reverse. This also speaks about an attack, possibly a spiritual attack. Why? Because you're you, big cat. Because you continue to what? Run like a newborn babe. Well, not necessarily because a newborn babe can't run, but it's like you are newly reborn, the rebirth and the rise of you. How you've changed, and your spiritual ranking has them shooketh to their core. Anyone else but you. Just because it's you, big cat. This is why they send the negative words. They're on the balls of their feet of merchants of slander, bringing back yesteryear, right? Only to the simpletons and the feeble-minded who have equal hate and jealousy of you, darling dear. Don't let me bring up the envy. Well, I might as well. I've already said it. So there, it's out. Thus, as represented by the letter X or an X. Darling dear, ex-friend, ex-family member, ex-co-worker, ex-boss. Return to sender. They are sending that negative energy to you, darling dear. But unfortunately for them, you are soldier for the light, a light worker starseed. You transmute that energy, and every one of those peccadillos that was what smeared, chucked at you, darling dear, with their stone chucking hands. You caught it, darling dear, and used it as the foundation. You was what? The stone the builder refused. Thank God you was refused, darling dear. To build your own foundation, create generational wealth. Break soul ties. Heal generational curses, darling dears, as you live a life less ordinary, big cat. Represented by the numbers 60, 61, 62, and 63. This also speaks about somebody who has committed what? I'll have to say grape, but you know what I'm talking about, darling dears. This person is what? Feeling extremely spiteful, possibly because you're about to unmask them. I'm feeling a court case. Because there is no statutes of limitation on grape, darling dear. Somebody is standing in their power. Fist bump. There's no shame in telling of a crime that was perpetrated against you, big cat. Speak your truth and stand up for yourself in every situation. And that same axe they wanted to put all up and down your back chakra possibly even did. Return to sender. As they sit on the seat of their malicious ways, darling dear, eating up at them from the inside out. As they're what? Being dragged by your ancestral team to your social media, to your website, to your businesses, darling dears. Because you are what? Getting an obsessive captive audience. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. This is in the reverse. They're getting the rules and the regulations, darling dears. As they're watching you be rewarded for your due diligence, big cat. They're not loving it. That's their business. It really is. Bebe, we have Uraz. Uraz is my what? Hierophant card, my God card. In tarot, as well as what? The King of Swords and the Emperor can come through as the God card, pertaining on where they come out in the spread. But Uraz, darling dear, is showing them a thing or two about a thing or two. This is about your physical strength and your speed. Some of you have actually changed. Why? You're working on your temple, realizing your cranium and your temple. And your spirit is a throuple that can't be what? Left to one side. It all goes together. This is where you get your endurance and your willpower when you exercise your temple. This is a more healthier choices that you're making. It also speaks about what? Some of you are going to be promoted or have been promoted. You've already what? Gone up in the spiritual ranking. The God rune has come through, darling dear. Taurus energy. What is Taurus? Taurus is the second house. I already told you you're getting rewards. Let's go to the second house and have a good look at what that means. Taurus rules what? The keyword is what? Possessions. Its ruling planet is Venus. Venus, the planet of what? Abundance, darling dears. Abundance. It's about your sensuality, loving on yourself. It also speaks about possibly some of you have been feeling some aches and pains in your throat chakra, your kidneys. Those lower back niggling pains, right? And it's also what telling you the baseline for something great coming through, darling dears. As the pain subsides, you'll find that what you've been blessed again. It's the healing of an inner child wound, as their inner child is Chucky on crack, as they watch everything you do. I told you, a captive audience. Divine is making sure that they see your assertiveness, your enthusiasm, your will, your drive, and your energy, as well as your abundance. They're getting what? A front row seat. The plastic seats, I might add. Yes, be a bit the plastic ones in the nosebleed section. Watching everything you've got going on as you are being promoted, making promotions in your life. Some of you are promoting your business today. Best day to do it, darling dear. On what? Moon Day, Monday. Root Chakra Day, darling dear, where you get into what? Your survival, what? To thrive in mode, sorting out your foundation. Whatever you choose today, darling dear, is blessed and highly favored. The God rune came out right behind the what? The devil. In reverse. Return to sender, darling dears. All of that wickedness is being what? Bandied around them. As they what? Focused on what you've got. Listen, your ancestral team ain't got no chill or pause factor, just like they did. They, them, and when they were doing their wickedness. You have to understand true remorse, darling dear. Being a Peter on this Malkuth is shown through what? Changed behavior. Otherwise, they're Judas through and through, a Trojan horse, looking for someone to be their what? Main supply. And that supply, whether it's negative or positive, it will feed their ego, which is no one's amigo, darling dears. When you are in your ego, you could ruin your life. They are realizing their life is in tatters. Telling you, the merchants of slander are strong. Because you remember, Big Cat, can we have a quick chat? Do you remember that sister I had to excommunicate around the 3rd of July? Well, guess what? A merchant of slander came on the balls of their feet to tell me that the same partner, right, that's doing all of this and that to them, right, ruining their household, bringing in Jezebel spirits all of the time, has just announced they've got a new baby. Well, let me tell you something. If she was crack on crazy before, she's barking at the passing cars. I felt her energy try to drag on me. And not only that, she's been on my TikTok liking all of my she's naive. Let me tell you something. People don't realize the well till it runs dry. Leave them in their consequences, darling dears. Wish them well. And keep it moving. We don't do hate for hate, darling dear. That's negativity for negativity. You minus the big cat, take your energy back, your power grid, darling dear, and focus on self as they focus on you, as your ancestral teams focusing on you, as the Most High, Father, God, Mother Isis. All eyes on the big cat. All eyes on the big cat, as your Big Cat Chronicles continues, baby. Father, God, Mother Isis came out and represented and bested the devil yet again, darling dear. Return to sender. Remember I told you that? When they did what they did, darling dear, they didn't know who was caping for you, who was clapping for you, who was fighting for you in the spiritual realm, darling dear. I told you many times, Big Cat, this is spiritual warfare. And it's not for the faint-hearted. This is why you did the DNS like a boss. You have to listen. I had to look over after you finished crying, right? And then Divine sent you to me, and I told you how to what? Beat up yourself in front of the mirror if you're crying over a bottom feeder, right? That was really what? Meant to be a branch in your life and break away. They're sent to teach you a lesson of self-worth, self-care, and self-love. The DNS had to look over my shoulder. You did it like a boss. Like a boss. Once you finished crying, you got great. Some of you became keyboard gangsters as you had to discover what psychosis you was dealing with. Then you realized that you was not alone. You realized it's a pandemic all over the world, darling dear, of what knocks. Sociopaths, psychopaths. Yes, complex B personalities, darling dears. Once you realized what you was dealing with, you was able to what? Start healing. And your healing journey was rough, darling dear, rough. A-grade sandpaper, darling dears, from the inside out. Because you had to face you. You had to realize no one can do nothing to you without your permission. And saying nothing is also giving permission. In the DNS, you learn to look. I told you it's not creeping up on me. I had to look over my shoulder again. In the DNS, darling dear, you learn how to what? Self-soothe. You found your inner child. And if you get yourself a core ball, a Swiss ball, a yoga ball, whether you're male or female, when you get it right, it has to be, make sure that your hips and your knees are at a 90-degree angle. You don't hit too high, that your legs are fighting for placing on the floor. No, right? If you're about my height, you possibly, which I'm 5'6", so you possibly need about the 65 centimeter ball, right? And if you're taller than that, you go up to the 75 centimeter ball. And if you're smaller than a 5'6", go for the smaller ball, darling dear. I don't even know what number that is, possibly a 55. But the core ball, whether you're male or female, it heals inner wounds. I found as I was fasting and plaiting my hair, it brought up a lot of dark memories that I'd buried for a long time. But as I was bawling, that's what you call it. I was bawling, mate. I was rocking to the side. I was jumping up and down. Listen, the core ball is the place to go, big cat. Right behind the what? Irish moss or the sea moss, darling dear. Keeping it what? Oiled and lubricated, as well as tight and right. It opened up a lot of wounds that I'd forgotten about. I'd forgotten about them. But they were still there. This is why they came up yesterday. But this time, usually when skullduggerous, bitter and twisted wounds that really cut me to the white meat come up, I'd cry and I might slip into poor me for a little bit, and then I like, poor what, right? Listen, this time when it came up like, it was like an image with like, it was like cloudy around the edge of the actual thing. It was like a screenshot. It was a moment frozen in time. But when I faced them as I was bawling, as I was fasting, darling dears, and plaiting away at my hair, how can I put it? I said, I understand that this happened. I understand that it was done to me. I also understand that it was done for me, and it no longer has power over me. I release it with love and light. And then it was like the snapshot, the screenshot just crushed up and it just dissipated. I'm telling you, between the Moldavite, the sea moss, right, my Irish moss, my little peccadillo that I put together, because I told you this time when I made it with the blue spirulina. I used ginger, I used the shelled hemp seeds. Yes, listen, I ain't ramping you, mate. I've got no time for marauders. And I used, did I say ginger? Yes. Made it into a deep green color. But anyway, I digress again. But I always tell you tools that you could use to get better, darling dears. And if you aren't taking your sea moss on a daily basis, I don't know where you are, where your cranium's at. And the blue spirulina, you see, that is the only thing besides alcohol that goes straight to your cranium, darling dear. But the blue spirulina is what heals your brain cells, darling dear. It helps you with your focus, so you can think more clearly. These things are very important, darling dears. Very important. We couldn't have had a better set of runes, darling dear, to kick the day off. Return to sender, Capricorn energy, the devil rune, and the God card and rune, the Hierophant Taurus energy. You're about to be blessed, darling. I already said the 6th house is about your possessions. Ruled by Venus, which we already established. Venus is the 4th planet. It's about your beauty, what you can co-create, darling dears, as you conceive, believe, and achieve. It speaks about romance as well as pleasure and your sensuality. You'll get your sensuality back. if you've not been feeling it, darling, by using the core ball. This is a time when you won't need to pay your knees, because you have to realize that you can easily be pulled off your flip-flop by what, a one-night stand. Let me tell you something. Listen, the thought about it, the thought alone, jeez, you make me go on that Amazon online cave, darling dear, and order pearls, original pearls, and pay for them beaches today, baby. No, but it can happen, and there's no judgment there. But you have to also understand, if you allow yourself to slip into a one-night stand, you're taking on all of the soul ties that that person has got. And you can take on their characteristics as well. So be careful where you share your energies, darling dears. Get yourself a core ball, get your hips lubricated with the rolling, the bouncing. You can even go onto Pinterest and find some workouts that you can actually do with the ball. You'll be surprised, darling dear. It's about your core. I digressed again, darling dears. Are you still with me? Big cat wave. Right, let's get an ancestral. We're going to use the True Love Oracle. When I haven't read for one day, alright, because I didn't even do personal reads yesterday. I was just doing my hair, fasting and bawling. Not crying, I mean bawling on the core ball. I'm going to take the top card. What did I say? A new level of maturity, darling dears, is being gifted to you. Some of you are guided towards start writing your books. This could be your business plan. This could be your divorce papers, darling dear, because you've had quite enough of that riff-raff and ragamuffin ways, darling dears. You're deciding to put it down. And this is also you journaling, being guided to journal. But me personally, I told you already, if that shiznai can't fit on the size of a post-it note, I ain't writing that shit down, because I find that it will draw me back to yesteryear. And I've decided to heal. Wait for them to come up as I'm doing my core ball, right? Yes, these are the movements. You go backwards and forwards. You bounce like this, and when you do like the bouncing up and down, it's like you're going to stand up. You're not leaning forward, you're straight. And you bounce up. It energizes your kneecaps, because it's about getting the fluid moving around, darling dear. Between the core ball, right? Your spiritual practices, right? Calling in Father God and Mother Isis, and the Irish or sea moss, darling dear. You've got it on lock. Then you add all of your vitamins and minerals that your body wants. You could do anything, darling dear, but you have to take care of your temple. Being mature, making mature choices. Some of you are getting your to-do list together, because why? You're going to be acing every single thing on that list, darling dears. Every single thing on the list. Being spiritually guided as well as gifted. We've got authors, we've got script writers, we've got songwriters. We've got somebody even putting together new recipes, darling dear. We have a cook or a chef amongst us. Fist bump. This is about you taking the time to write down your goals, darling dear, because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I've told you many times, when I was first entering the DNS, my children used to come into my bedroom, and on my bedroom wall, just as you entered the room, it was full of post-it notes of what I expected myself to achieve and achieve. I did every single one of them. Everyone. And if I'd known that, baby, that would I'd have covered every inch. I didn't realize that when you are open to new and allow divine Father, God, Mother Isis into your life, be prepared for the downloads. Be prepared for the blessings. But you have to show in your actions. This is with the celibacy, the abstinence.
Make money online using your knowledge in 2022.
What did I just say? Using your knowledge, darling dear, and something is being written down, or has been written down, or it could be your higher self, your God spark, reassessing your Akashic records. Some of you are actually becoming budding astrologers. Fist bump, where you're learning to understand the natal chart. I put out a video on astrology, right? I think it's about 1 or 2, maybe 2 or 3 minutes long, but it's got a lot of information. But what you can do is pause it I put it into bite, easily understandable chunks, darling dears. So go and find it. Learn your birth natal chart. It's all about you, darling dear, knowing thyself. And then adding tax. Oh my God. I need the patience of Job. I've got the patience of Job. Base of the deck, darling dear, balancing out your masculine and feminine energy, the yin and yang of it all. Some of you are getting your game plan together on how you're going to get great, planning your new life. A new life? Yes, baby. Every day I kick my way out of the duvet. It's a new life, a new chance to bend the matrix, darling dears. Grateful for every breath I take. Being applauded. And I can't even put into words how I felt, right, when I gave up my fast on Saturday, 3 hours before the end, and how proud I felt with my progeny. They went past that finish line. Never you give up, darling dear. It's a learning lesson. Maybe I was meant to give up, right? 3 hours before the end, to sit for my progeny to test their own willpower, their own strength. Because I'm telling you, I'm a power grid for my progeny, darling dears. Listen, I'm the cook, right? I'm a driver. I'm the counselor. I'm the artistic director. I'm the I'm the judge, right? I'm the jury, right? In some cases I can be called in as a lawyer for both sides. I know it's a conflict of interests, but baby, sometimes you got to be a lawyer on both sides, right? Listen, I'm everything to them. Maybe they needed to see me fail at that stumbling block to test their own strength of will, and they went through it like bosses. This is why it bothered my cranium so much that I began the fast 1 hour later at 4 p.m. And I saw it through to the end. Cat. Now that I look and thinking about it, that's an epiphany in on itself. It wasn't a failure. It was for them to test their own will, because I'm there as their biggest fan, guiding them at every turn. I had to take the hands off, step away, right, and see if they could finish it. And now I'm explaining it to my own self. I'm telling you, when an epiphany is ready to come on you, darling dears, be prepared. Good golly and gosh, I feel even more proud of myself. Yeah. And not only that, I'm going to start adopting that. I'm not eating nothing after 7 p.m., right, and before 7 a.m. in the morning. 12-hour fast. And this is the first time I've had my mocha in 2 days. I'm telling you. So even though, I stumbled at one point, it was possibly for my children to show themselves how strong they really can be, because I'm not always going to be there to guide them. Listen, the epiphanies of it all, darling dears, I could be at it all day. Mocha sipped, because I ain't getting smoked. And I told you, darling dears, it's not a failure when you get up and get back on. Boundaries, darling dear. Again, the divine wants you to realize your boundaries. Realize your energies, your energy, darling dear. You've been gifted with the light. Not everyone's allowed to sit at your table. As your name is being called at tables you no longer sit at. Why? Because you had to get boundaries against the back, front, neck tabbers. Diamond Oracle, Big Cat Wave. Yeah, lots going on. I feel so chilled and ready for everything. Right. I'm sitting here smoking my roll up, right? And I'm thinking, but there's over 137 people waiting for me. I'm carried on. Listen, that fast has had me slow down and think about things, and plus the epiphany of realizing why. And 3 hours before the end on Saturday, but started it again 1 hour later. I had to take my hands off guiding my progeny. They had to learn strength and willpower in the last 3 hours of the fast by themselves. Without me coming through, are you okay? Do you need... No, they had to learn. But I made sure I did it like a boss the next day so that they could see that I can do it too. But I had to walk that one by myself. Yeah. Right, let's get the Art Nouveau. Base of the deck, being recognized as a major craftsperson in your field. Your skills, darling dears, are about to what? Be upgraded and put out there into the hemisphere. It's also recognizing something online, darling dear. My Pentacles, as well as the Swords, is my online cards. It also speaks about what? Some of you may be recognized for what? Your healthier choices. Maybe you're putting out healthier videos. You've got a new workout video. Something about building from the inside out is very prevalent in the read today. As they what? Fan the flames of hate, envy, and jealousy, darling dear. Not necessarily in that order. Lack mentality is afoot. Let's see what's going on, darling dears, as we dive in. Send me your energies. Came off the back end, a throuple. Whoa. Oh. What did I tell you about the envious ones? Whatever they try to send at you, darling dear, right? The choices they've made, they are what? Disappointed, disillusioned, looking like a dumbass and feeling left out in the cold where they're supposed to be. It's possibly feeling like Siberia, where they're at, darling dear. This is somebody who's going through what? A reverse in their finances. Their mental health is questionable. Questionable, right? Yes. Return, this don't take return to sender. I don't know what will. Good golly and gosh, what did I say? For the envy, jealousy, and hate. Envy, right, is them making all of the wrong choices, right? The jealousy has them what? Seeing you as a missed opportunity, jealous that you got away, chewed off your proverbial foot, and scampered towards your infinite possibilities. The hate is why they're left out in the cold, Scotty. Boomerang season for them. Good God. Put them right here so you can see what's going on. So if this is going on for the what? The wicked. Those with the infested minds, right? Infested with consequences they've made for themselves. They are indeed Pennywise son or daughter. Yeah. They're being what? Badded up by the Most High, darling dear. Badded up means what? Getting it without Vaseline, darling dear. The what? Proverbial spiritual kick in the nutsacks by the Most High. Listen, you can't what? Best God. Even the devil has to shy away. Baby. Where there is dark, you will find light. But you have to bring the balance and the boundaries into your life, darling dear. And only the compatible will come towards you. But it's an inside job, darling dear, as you bend the matrix and realize whom you are. Balancing your masculine and feminine energies. Good golly and gosh. That means emperor and empress mode you be in, darling dears. You are your protector and provider, as well as your nurturer, finding the beauty from within, knowing your worth. Wow, sitting in your seat of authority. The Empress, darling dear. The Empress brings in what? The fertility and abundance. Good gosh. You balanced out with the boundaries. Total what? Give it another shufti. So if this is going on in the, my God, what's going on here? Must be avoided corner. The corner of wickedness, blood. Yes, baby, like I said, the envy, right? They can't stand that you have it, so they continue to make the wrong choices. In their cups, they're drinking it up, darling dear. They're taking that rotten cup of opium of yesteryear to other bottom feeders. Could be as much as 7 of them, right? That sit and sat at the table and discussed you, big cat. The jealousy, right, is leaving them out in, they feel like they've missed an opportunity. Of course they missed that shit. They've missed it. And they should miss it for a year. As they sit in their what? Judas suit, darling dear. They are no Peter. They are to be left on the rocks of life. leave them where they are, disappointed, disillusioned, right? Going through difficult relationship after relationship which they chose, where they're always feeling embittered, losing money, time, energy, and will, while they're trying to what? Push that energy on the big cat. So what's going on around the big cat? Baby! You what? You bested their three with a duo. The best one. Big, right? Badass alchemist ways, darling. Their manifestation mode. Your cup runneth over. I'm seeing 3 of cups here. The angel on the temperance, Sagittarius energy, the only zodiac sign that comes with a weapon, weaponized, right? You managed to what? Circumvent and overcome a con man, a hoodwinker. Someone who's a scuzz bucket, who's shady and shifty. Good golly and gosh. And it was a journey, darling dears. It was a journey for you to realize who you are on this Malkuth. Good golly and gosh. The magician shows up with air as well as what? Mercury energy. We've also got the sun, the Leo sun in Mercury at this moment in time. This is about yourself, darling dear, and putting yourself out there. Put yourself out there. Your skills, your abilities, your wisdom, darling. You've got it. Whatever it is you needed in the past, you've got it. Why? Because you wanted different in your life, and different you be. You've clothed your back as the magician with the what? Red cloak of wisdom. Your root chakra. Everything is about Moon Monday. Something significant has what? Turned in your favor. This is a time for celebrating your feminine energy. This is what the 3 of Cups means. It also speaks about a throuple, darling dear. Somebody that you said goodbye to. Somebody tried to draw you. They tried to offer you all of this still, right? Could have been through text message, right? A letter, an email. They tried to draw you back into an entanglement with what? Pennywise son or daughter, which is straight up. Point A and point B, guys. Point A and point B, but you recognized it. You did the Phil Collins. I've seen your face before, my friend. I don't know if you know who I am. Well, they know now, blood, as they sit on the seat of what they chose. Everyone that is sending the true hate to you, darling dear, is having a reverse in their health, right? The karma is all up and in their life. And that is shown to us by the runes that came out at random, darling dear. The devil in reverse, return to sender, followed by the God card. Uras, are you kidding me, blood? U and V. Possibly need a UV light for them, darling dear. To realize the fakeazoid of it all. Yeah. Wow. Well, shiver me timbers. What's on the base of the deck? Baby! My head is anointed. Look, in this deck, I left this one in, right? You're covered by your ancestral team, as above, so below. Blessing upon blessing upon blessing is being gifted to you, big cat. Use the energy of Juno in Pisces. If you've got one of those core balls, get on your ball today and be rocking and rolling. Because I told you Juno is in retrograde. So therefore it's going to bring up a lot of information around partnerships that you committed to, who you truly believed was a true love's first kiss, right? Your soulmates. It's going to bring them all up, darling dear. The doppelgangation is about to be revealed. Enlightenment and illumination. Divine is about to gift you with what? A whole new bag. Papa gave you a brand new bag. Wow. I've never had a lineup like this. Come, listen, Linda. Wow. This is you, darling dears. This is what you are serving in this season. Look at this. Covered, blessed, and highly favored. This is rich white lady season on Keitha as well as Malkuth. You are winning, and while everyone else is sinning. Look, All of the karma. They're going through tower. We haven't seen the tower card yet, but they're going through it, darling dear. What did I say? Look, generational curses, a loss in finance. The mental health is questionable, blood. Yes. What else? Another duo. Look at this. The King and Queen of Swords, darling dear. This is what they're embodying at this moment in time, right? When you see the King and Queen of Swords come out next to the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, this is their reverse nature. These are male Mitches and bitches, darling dear, that are they're perpetrating what, trying to push hate on you, darling dear. With the mirror magic, right? The swords can also speak about what? Making conscious, diligent effort. This is spying, this is lying, right? Look at both of their faces, slitty-eyed, and watching what you've got going on, darling dear. They're watching you get great. This is someone or someone that you've divorced yourself from. You could have, literally going through divorce. Through with someone who is emotionally cold and calculating what they did to you. They knew what they was doing. They didn't gift you with what? Changed behavior. When you was around them, you was singing things like, "Hello darkness, my old friend." Yes, yes, yes. All what they wished for you, darling dear. They're going through these consequences. The King of Swords on it is next to the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This is a loss of finances. This is no true king. This is a fakeazoid. The Queen is a bitter Betty. Bitter Betty and bitter Benjamin. Everyone is focusing on you as they sit with the calmation of it all, darling dears. I can't make it up. Hey! Whoa! Okay then, blessed and highly favored, right? The Temperance, as I said, the Sagittarius energy, with the Magician energy in the middle. Divine wants you to what? Be the mediator of yourself, darling dear. You have to keep checking in with yourself on a regular basis to ensure that everything that you are proceeding with is that you're okay with it from the inside out. You're not being forced into a tight corner. And your hand is not being forced to overstep your boundary, a boundary that you've put up. I told you, if the right hand offended you and you took the time to cut it off and get great, you can't reattach that appendage to blood. No, it won't work. Not the way it was intended to. The Sagittarius speaks about what? The Temperance. Again, current energy is telling you to what? Focus on your long-term goals. This is about you what? Learning to manage your time as well as your money. It also is definitely, because the Magician is about movement and you've got the Temperance that is about travel. Some of you are definitely going to be traveling. They came out as a throuple, I say, in the next 3 days. But the negative energy, you would have been traveling with, darling dear. Boundaries have been set in Kether. Return to sender. Clarify you, big cat. What's going on? I need a 3. A throuple. First one, 11-11 fade. This is parties. It could be a travel for a party, an impromptu party. It could be a seminar. It could be for business, because ones represent work that you have to physically attend to, darling dears. The fire energy of it all, darling dears, is also telling you about what? The emotions and your intuition, darling dear. Using your intuition, because the next 3 days is going to what? Put an accelerated healing in you. Yes, baby. It's not for the faint-hearted. I told you, images will be coming up. But you're going to learn how to what? Deal with the images. Get the core ball. Get the core ball and keep your seat of Emperors and Empresses moving, whether you're male or female. Get yourself a core ball. And then when you get the ball, get yourself a good towel to put on said ball, because otherwise it's plastic, blood, and the whole of your posterior will stick to it. You don't have to be sticky and listen, I learned, mate. You got an 11-11 fade, darling dears. Fist bump. This speaks about celebrations. It also speaks about being blessed with what? Stable relationships, whether platonic, right, business-wise, or in the romantical. This speaks about what? A new adventure. What being highlighted in your life. Absolutely love it. What else? What else? Yes. More fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, darling dear. The Nine of Wands. This speaks about what? The wounded warrior. But it also speaks into your spiritual strength. This also speaks about the wounding is making you a little bit wary about making new friends, partnerships. But divine is telling you, darling dears, you are covered by grace and glory. You're covered. Use your intuition. The one speaks about your intuition. We were just talking about the intuition of the fire energy, darling dear. Your inner strength and your power is what is setting off your creativities. This is what you have to use going forward, darling dears. Have a look at your cardinal signs, your fixed signs, and your mutable signs today, darling dears, on your birth natal chart. Use that to get great. Wow. Okay. Final card. Jump right out. Shall I, people, not tell you what it is? I'm going to tell you what it is. Knowing your worth. Good gosh. Badassery at its finest. Fist bump. Push clap. Listen. This is what they're looking at. Right? If they're broken down life, right? Singing their theme song. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yeah, they're singing that shit. I told you they're going through it. The karma has caught them. Right? While look where she's looking. She's looking directly back into your eyes, darling dears. Giving you the strength of self-worth. The Queen of Peace. Baby, you listen. They missed you. They missed the fact that you was what? A good advisor. You was nurturing. If you've got progeny with them, you took care of everything. You was the cornerstone that they refused. Put Jezebel spirits before you, darling dears. Right? And now they're sitting in a seat of what? Habeas corpus. Yeah, some of them are getting what? Restraining orders for their bad behavior. This is vicious words, vicious things that were written, darling dear. A lot of people are being caught. And this Pentacles in reverse also speaks about something that someone said on social media. Their chickens are coming into roost, darling dear. They're putting on a brave face, but when they're by themselves, mate, they're crying into their fist. Luke 22:62. No rest for the wicked. Isaiah 48:22. They're crying. Someone on social media who the verbal attack, or how they put forward their stories about people, right? They're going to lose a lot of money over it, darling dears. Because the president has been set. Do you remember? I was telling you about the what's her name? Cardi B and Tasha K. I was telling you about what went on there. She had to pay. She's got to pay Cardi B. How much? Oh shit! I got to stand up for that. Tasha K's got to pay Cardi B, and she's had her what's that? She wanted a trial or them to reassess the funds. They said no, blood. You've got to pay 4 million Skrilla .coms. Yes, she's got to pay 4 million smackaroos, blood. Let me tell you something. I don't know which purse she's reaching for, but she better reach for the bottomless purse. Listen, this is very true. Whatever people are saying about people on social media, you don't see what you're doing to them on the quiet. And sometimes you can be unnecessarily vicious. Not necessary. And this also speaks about if you've got a platform, darling dear. Oh yes, you have a captive audience. Your ancestral team was so nice. They came out twice. They're being dragged. They're watching your social media, darling dears. They're the ones that leave the nasty comments. Because they're sitting in the seat of the choices that they've made. Generational curses. This is why when they do things, they don't think about the fact you've got progeny. And the Bible says to the second and third generation. The Bible also says, Peter 1:9, you are chosen, was it chosen of the generations to be alive at this time, age of Aquarius, darling dears, as enlightenment is given to each and every one of us. This also speaking to me about what? How those of us that didn't get the jab, you know what I'm talking about. We're looked at as if we're different, but yet those that have had the jab, right? They're able to what? Go into any building where they want, right? Do this and that, right? But yet they're the ones that's contracting the what? You know what I'm talking about. They're the ones that's carrying it into buildings, but the ones that haven't had the jab, right? They're the ones being frowned upon. Base of the deck, darling dear. You've got something coming towards you at a hot trot, my big cat, right? Something that's going to make you feel what? Like you don't need to be what? You're going to allow it. You're going to be open for it. This new energy coming towards you, darling dear, because it's a gift. You're being blessed for the due diligence which you did. The Knight of Swords also speaks about what? Running away from heartbreak or moving away from heartbreak as you know your worth. Understood what? You was too giving. That's what comes with what? Being a light worker, you come with the unconditional love. But how now, brown cow, as you realize who you are? This is an absolute, I can't get over it. Absolutely beautiful lineup. I'm going to take a picture of this once I finish the read and put it up as a display. But I'm telling you, darling dears, they're going through some serious karma, a lot of hatred being directed at you. But it's boomerang season. Uras and the devil in reverse. God, best the devil in every situation. Yeah. Clarify this king and queen of swords. Dog!
Use your camera to find out with the Google app.
Bad investments, bad health. Good God. And they invested with a hoe, right? They was leaning on a hoe with one pentacale. Still talking about you in the background, darling dear. They wish they'd invested in you. This is somebody or someone that's berating themselves over what they've lost in you, darling dear, crying into their fist. Why does this card keep coming forward? Yes, big cat, they're berating themselves, they're telling themselves off. They wish they'd invested in you, darling dear. This could be a mother, a father, a sister, brother, cousin, an employer, a co-worker, whatever the situation is for you, darling dear. They wish they'd invested in you. They're going for a season of bad luck, blood, to be avoided. Look at this. More bad news. Listen, baby. But what fell on you? Right? Look! I said, listen, I can't make the wheel of fortune. Fate, destiny, and good luck is on you, darling dear. While they're getting more drama. More drama, blood. Yes. Karma has found them, darling dear, and it's not joking. While you are rushing towards what? The wheel of fortune. Something that's destined to happen in your life because you dared to go into the DNS, darling dear. Whether you was pushed between your shoulder blades or you went in there willingly, darling dear. I had to look over my shoulder. You went. But you used that energy, right, to get to best your communicative skills. More clearer thinking. You invited the Most High into your life and God came at a hot trot. Blessing upon blessing. And the Wheel of Fortune speaks about true change coming towards you, darling dears, as they're going through the karma and the drama of it all. Good God. This doesn't want to go in. Baby. And look at this. They're not above spell casting. They've gone back to Google spell again, have they? What's the matter with them? They're not learning anything from the mistakes that they've made. If this is a couple, darling dear, that you know of, they're going for a season of what? Reversing their finances. They're fighting. They're fighting mentally. They're fighting physically and verbally, darling dears. The Page of Wands in the reverse. A lot of immature energy. They've got the jazz hands for each other, blood. Yes. Because also, this speaks about what? A secret that was revealed. Something done in the dark. And I'm thinking darker months. October just came to, something happened in October. September, October. No, it said October, the darker months. Yes, baby. Something happened right when the clocks were going back. Somebody was doing some wickedness. It could have been dick dealing, darling dear. Page of Wands. Listen, whatever passion they had around that time, they're paying for it now. Yes. Because they're being left out, iced out of a situation that they thought they had control of. This was two narcs together, blood. But I told you there could be as much as 7 of them. But 2 main instigators, darling dears. Possibly someone who'd love to draw you into their wickedness until you said, how now, brown cow? I love me too much to listen to this fucking ease. Yeah. They're trying to reverse they're trying to put it, they're telling others, right, that it's your fault while they're going through the loss of finances, the loss of their job. They've got no one to trust around them, right? So they're trying to tell new people an old story, but you see, the thing is, when you're retelling a story, darling dears, and all you're doing is bashing the other person, you're not mentioning any of what you did. What do you think, what conclusion do you think people are going to draw? That you're Snow White and the rest are what? Evil dwarfs? No, babe. They're going to say it's you. Because if all you got to do is they did this and they did that, but yet they are not to be found in your life. Come on. They don't know who to trust, darling dear. And the 2 swords again, this also speaks about an STD between a couple, darling dear. An STD. Oh God, it's not working, lad. Listen. Oh, they're losing money. They're losing energy. Their hairline is pitchy-patchy, darling dear. And it also speaks about what? Somebody's going to what? Come through with the what? I'm going to do myself in if the other bottom feeder leaves. It's a sickness over here. Bad energy. But what is this for you? Look, I can't make it up. You strong in them streets. You've zipped up your boots and gone back to your roots, darling dears. Yes, baby. The root of everything. Not being easily tempted into the fucking knees. You know your worth. But that you haven't what? Given up your vulnerable side, darling dear. They didn't what they wanted to perpetrate in your life. You going forward, right? Blocking out the world. No. No.
My name is Andy.
You're allowing your true soul tribe in, darling dear. Why? Because the Queen of Pentacles used discernment, man. Use discernment and your intuition. This is why you have business acumen. This is why you've got the 5 streams of income, darling dear. The passive income. This is why your progeny respect you, darling dear. Because they've seen you overcome major wounding and build a stable foundation. By the sweat of your proverbial balls, your strength and your willpower, my dears. All in the face of this wickedness that's still being directed at you. Where's the deck of the wicked? Let's see what else comes out. Because they're not being very kind to you, big cat. What did I say? I owe a lot of money. They're in debt, mate. They're broke pocketers. Buddy, have you got a dime? They've got the disease of the bad credit. Blood loud them where they are. It's an affliction and it's part of the karmas. They're trying to steal from Peter to pay Paul. I blamed you for the STD. What did I just say about STD? They was slinging that slang everywhere. The original bad boy or bad girl, bad news bear, a liar, and a dealing mattress back with their immature energy. They fed their ego in your presence, darling dear. That same ego is who is their what? Ride or die amigo, darling dear, taking them straight to the bottom of the pot. And consequences, karmas, is on them. Right? What else? had sex with you both on the same day. Good God. My mouth just gone all watery. Jesus. Nearly had me barking, dears. Boundaries, yeah? Boundaries. So don't be tempted into one night stands, darling. It don't matter what they look like. The devil looks good. Remember I told you that? He was an angel, remember? You better put any pauses on them, darling, there. Because they haven't gotten over their addictions. No, they haven't, darling, there. They're still in it. They're addicted to sex, lies, right? Blame shifting and mean. Yes, baby. A back front neck tabber who's giving you what? A throuple of envy, jealousy and hate. Boomerang season. Look, the cards just showed you. Right? I pulled from the same deck. Now it's got me sucking my 31 teeth, and I told you how that makes me feel. Right? It's outrageous for sure. Let's see what let's bring something over your end. See what else is going on over for you. What else do you need to know? Thank you. They owe money, right? They're trying to put it on pause, right? This is arguing, fighting. This is somebody bitter, emotionally cold, right? Yet calculating. Did you just hear that seagull? Spiritual message. I told you about the seagulls and that woman with her bread chuck in hands and how I saw it. Listen, it's a lot. If you've been rocking with me, you've watched the videos. But anyway, like I was saying, before, my robe is trying to trap me on the chair. Keep the same energy that you found for yourself, darling dear, and let them keep the same energy that they're in. No weapon formed against you. Big cat, these weapons, those weapons are formed and will always be formed against you, but they shall not prosper. Isaiah 54:17. You are blessed and highly favored. Look! Temperance came out twice. Ushering in the magician. You've got the badass alchemist ways, right? The karmic is a basic bitch and a tyrant, darling dear. That's their, well, they're tyrant over there. Of course they are, because they have been shown themselves. Your ancestral team loves the 3 a.m. to go around their house and go, wake up, wake up. We've got to show you before 6 a.m. Wake up. Baby, you're at ground zero, blood. Or you're about to get to your ground zero, where you have your own home, your own car, and your own job, and you're taking care of their progeny like a boss. Yeah, you always said that they sold their soul. Now you got it in writing, mate. They're the devil's strongest workers, straight from the crevice of the devil's balls. And apparently they're living at 911 Freddy Krueger mud hut with the generational curses, the loss of health, right? The loss of a job. They've possibly got many jobs, working like a field hand to pay off their debts. But these are what? Long-term debts, because they're feeding their addictions, darling dears. They're not out of it. They're still feeding into it. Addictions to porn, right? Gambling, drinking, drugging it up, whatever it is, right? No! Jealous of your car, and they keep getting into accidents. They're accident prone to boot. Good God. They're clumsy. Clumsy. Listen, you better leave the clumsy ones where they are, darling dears, lest you get what? Ensnared into their fucking knees, blood. They've got the karmas on them. All of the cards have said it, right? And it was then bottomed off by what? Not being happy in a job. That's the worst job to make. The one that you're not happy to go to. Possibly because as soon as they get the money, they've got to pay Peter and Paul, right? They're under serious manners. And when karma gets you, it will get you in your pocket, your handbag, and your wallet, right? Let me move these out of the way so I can have a quick look at their money. We're looking at their money, right? Look, 5 of Pentacles in the upright, debt, loss of finances, right? It also speaks about being left out in the cold. This also speaks about displacement from a home. You've also got the Eight of Pentacles on its face, right? This is an unhappy, feeling unsuccessful in their career. Yes. Lean in, big cat. Lean in. It speaks about what? The shortcut king or queen, right? They've also got a poor work ethic and they're feeling burnt out. I thought they're even working like a field hand. They got the Seven of Pentacles on its face, making bad investment after bad investment, right? Leaning on the wrong partnerships, yeah? And now they got the generational curse into boot. This is not good. This is very bad. And to be avoided, darling, dear. Don't allow them to cross your domicile or even waste one thought on them, darling, dear. If you're thinking about them, put me on pause. Go to the mirror, look deep into your eye chakras, and slap the shiznai out yourself until blood and spittle flies. Then what? Wash your face like David and come back to the read, darling dears. Come back, babe. Come back. Yeah, you're what? Skating on the dark side. If you're still thinking about they, them, and Carol Mustika, Nicole, Miss Neffy, Big Cat Wave. Glad you could pop in. They're going through it, darling. They're bare karma. And they're bitter and twisted and blaming you because you managed to escape. Not only did you escape, you bossed up spiritually. They're shooketh by your spiritual ranking. You're not afraid to say how much you love God, how much God is living in your life, how God leads you and guides you, protects you, comforts you, and blesses you. You tell anyone that will listen. And they want to put bandy around words like religious fanatic. You're not a religious fanatic. You're not. You're into spirituality and you're spiritual. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. That's the difference between you. These people over here. Well, they said they were people. We didn't do the scratch and sniff test, and we did, right? As I was saying, these people over here, they don't understand your. They didn't understand that you was being spiritually protected, but they understand it now. Now that all of this is on them, they're trying to say that you're using spell castation when all you did was wish them well and mind your own business. You went full on Easter Islands and Stevie Wonder. You got down and dirty with it and came back great, darling dear. Do you hear that? You will lose opportunities when you stop swimming. You're a big cat. You were built for it, mate. You are winning in ways that you can't even comprehend, but divine is about to release more blessings unto you, darling dears. But you have to hold your gangster and don't go backwards, lest you tarnish all of the hard work and the wheel of fortune which is turning in your favor. Getting great is what you do, big cat. Especially now that you've seen the runes. That God came through and batted up the devil, returned to sender, darling dears. This spiritual warfare, darling dears, is an ongoing battle. But this battle has been won. Hands down, darling dear. Hands down. Let's, do we go to Yod Kippur? Yeah, we'll go to Kippur. And then we're out of here. Or the wellness deck. Do you want to hear from Kippur or the wellness deck? First one to let me know in the comments. We'll lead with that. Because they're going through wickedness, blood. Ow! Yeah, they better gangster boogie. Because that's what they go and do. When they fall in on hard times, going for all of the consequences of the karmas that they've created, right? They go and get into church because they're afraid. They go to church or get into a religion because they're scared of going to hell. But they don't understand. This is why we're spiritual. We've been there, blood. We ain't going back, right? Fist bump. Yes. Your strength, darling dear. Your instinct, unconditional care for others. You understand that you are what? Worthy, and your power grid is great. Diverse, right? Blessed, highly favored, and being gifted with new tools, darling dears, to bend your matrix. You're winning. while they're sinning, they're crying into their fist. They go to cry into their fist blood. They can't come and cry around your house. You'll be done for what? Just like R. Kelly, be given a throttle of decades for cold-blooded murder. Yes. Right. What did we say? The wellness deck or the Let me quickly check the comments. Is it the wellness deck or what is that? Oh, thank you. Starlight saying that I'm amazing. Thank you. I thought that too when I opened my eyes again. It's amazing. Thank you, God. Yeah. Hey. Listen. Bossed up maturity. And all of them books speaks about knowledge. Some of you are taking the higher knowledge. The Hierophant also speaks about what? Higher education. Some of you are going into higher education. Right. Ita McCartney says you want to go with Yield Kipper. So we're going to go with that. The higher education, darling dear. Whether you go into a formal institute or you're a keyboard gangster. But this is like a boss up witness. This is about spirit, divine, your ancestors, angels, way shows, and spiritual guides. Showing you just where to look to get the peccadillos which will further your greatness. You've reached maturity stage, darling dears, in your spiritual work. What work was that? You, darling dears. This is why I always point you back to your birth natal chart. Know thyself, darling dear. Once you know thyself, it's like it said in the Bible. In the beginning was the Word. Once you know thyself. Love it. They don't like you though. Them hate your guts. They hate your guts. They hate your eyelashes. Get over it, mate. And then not gonna change. You saw the King and Queen of Swords. They will always hate on you and blame you because you dared to get great and best the devil, right? Your shadow side. And you're winning. Of course they hate you. That should go without a second thought. And don't give it a second thought. Give it to God, darling dear. As you what? Forgive them. As they turn up the hate, forgive them. Every time one of those wicked thoughts come up, you say cancelled. And if you're getting on your core ball today and you're rolling and you're oiling up your hips and everything, right? Getting the motion back into your knees and in your ankles, right? It will come up, but it won't be with pain. It will come up and you will say you release it with love and light. It no longer serves you. And then you go back into stealth mode where you sock it to them, darling dear. Law 9 of the 48 laws of power. Through your actions, never through your words, darling dears. Never, ever. Right, we're going with Yield Kipper. Finish off the read. Big Cat, I'm at the 87. Naughty Big Cat, you didn't tell me. If you're enjoying this read, please hit the thumbs up button, darling dear. Get me into the algorithm. Spread the word. You have to be my Obi-Wan Kenobis. I've got 181 in the chat and only 122 thumbs up. Baby, you can't even get it to the 144. Come on. When the chosen assembled. What you went through, Psalms 119. It made you wiser than your enemies. They're full on dummy bats and hobosexuals. What did I say? They're crying into their fist. Even the dog wants to be taken in by the NSPCC. Was it NSPCC is the National Society of Prevention of Cruelty to Children. Their progeny want to leave. That was a Freudian slip meant to come out, right? They want to be taken in by the what? RSPCA. Yeah, the Royal Society Against Cruelty. It's cruelty to this animal. It could be a dog, it could be a cat, darling, yeah. But the cat or the dog wants to leave. They want to be taken in by a Christian charity, blood. They want to leave. They're not happy with what they've achieved, right? Who just said that? Oh. True Jewel is coming through with a quick Romans 12:19. We've got Jewel again with James 4:7. You know I'm going to be looking up those peccadillos, darling Jez. You know this. You know this. And I won't tell anyone. Just the big cats. Push clap. Yes, baby, they're crying into their face. They're in despair. What did I say? Hawky sticks at dawn. Consequences. Karma knows their address as they're being what? Being told to wake up at the street, they can't sleep and they can't eat. So either they're too fat or they're too skinny. They've got the addictions, right? They've got the negative spiritual attachments. The more deeper they go into, they're depressed. They are downpressed by what they gambled and lost. Because you're protected, they can't come back. What's this? Two-faced liar. And they're being lied to, right? They went into a situation where everybody was wearing a mask and no one's wearing a condom. Blood. Why? And the judgment is wicked, darling. There. At least here, they're being sorted about by the divine. Well, guess what? They've put them on the docket. And they've told D-Boat, who's just finished his cooking his batch of chicken wings, to bring them in, right? And D-Boat is angry because he's not going to get his lunchtime when he wants it. Let me tell you something. When they call God, God goes, who this? Who this? On my line. Divine doesn't recognize the area code. God is like, who's calling me on this unknown number? Who could it be? And like, D-Boat, answer the call for me. Answer it. Tell them I'm walking the flowers. Yeah, tell them I'm walking the flowers. That's the message God gave them. Listen. They can't get out of the judgment. It's on the rinse and repeat. This is also representing of an ex that can't come back, darling dears. This is somebody who is not taken on a new stage in life. They haven't transformed any of their behaviors. And the karma is all up on them. Someone better tell them to loud envy, the jealousy and the hate, yeah, allow it. Because it's on full-on return to sender, right? Listen, their whole community is laughing at them. They're laughing at them. As they go down Bobby Brown, it's like the slow deaf, darling dear. Word is spread amongst the feeble-minded, the dull-eyed ones, and the simpletons, right? The flying monkeys know that what they're saying is a load of shiznai. The community is bringing them down. Bobby Brown, blood, the gossip and the slander is on them, the king and queen of swords. We already saw them at the beginning of the read, darling dears. What does Kipper have to say to the big cat? This speaks for itself. Blessing upon blessing upon blessing. Some of you will be exchanging coins to get that house, that domicile you wanted. I told you, you may not have had your home, your car and your job, right, leading up to this point. But the wheel is turning in your favor. You saw the wheel of fortune. You're being blessed in their face, darling dear. Psalms 23:5, your table is set in the presence of mine enemies. Psalms 23:6, your head is anointed. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. You chucked your pearls before a swine who was immature, darling dear. They didn't realize what they had in their own filthy hands until you left with love and light. 2 of these and 1 of those. And who God bless, no man can curse. Baby, listen, I don't think I can top it with that. Even God had to come out to let you know that you are protected, you are guided, you are loved. Love thyself. Know your worth and attacks. Don't what? Take on any shiznai, especially when they come with the smoke and the mirrors, the fucking knees. Use your intuition, use your discernment. You are the what? Coach of the red flag team, darling dear. You've already what? Dropped down and got your eagle on. So you know what's going on. Divine is telling you to use all of those discernments to write what? Interview all that approach your throne going forward. You've got things to lose, darling dear. Your spiritual ranking has them shooketh. Well, let them shook on, right? With 2 of these and 1 of those. Blessed and highly favored. When God comes through, every knee must bow, darling dear. They got to bow down and fall back. I'm dead. Take another one. Continue to focus, darling dear. Every stitch in time saves 9. I don't know what that means, but it seems appropriate to say it right now. And we've got a what? 3 and a 4. That's the masculine and feminine energies. You batted it up and bossed it out. It goes to what? The Cancer energy, Chariot energy, darling dear. Progress and success. You're winning, darling dear. Continue to win. I insist. On that note, because we're on the 94. Good gosh, why didn't you stop me, big cat? Anyhow, on that note, I've got to drop me mic. Toddle over to my Teesprings, toddle over to my Patreon, or simply come back here. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Continue to stand in your power, darling dears. Use your will, your ironclad will, Scotty. Doesn't matter if you stumble. It doesn't mean you must what? Stretch yourself out. It means you must get up again. Because if you fell and you fell on your back, you can get up and get great at any stage of the game. Divine says when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Plan all the way to the end. Law 29 of the 48 laws of power, darling dears. Continue to win. Continue to win. Continue to win. You heard that? That's the theme song for Lizzo, right? Feeling what? Good as hell. Anyhow, I digress. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, darling dears. Until we meet again. This is what you need to look at, your strength, darling dear. That divine was always at your back. This is the footsteps. When you thought you couldn't go another step further, you were being carried by your ancestral team. Yes, baby. And you've got 2 strong ones representing the masculine and the feminine energy, darling dear. A grandmother, a grandfather, a sister, a cousin, a brother. Whomsoever that is to you, darling dear. They've always been with you, and this is a message for you to keep moving forward. Never backwards! In the words of Abraham Lincoln. Namaste! Cat, cat! Cat, cat, big cat! Until we meet again! On these tarot streets! Rogue, stop trapping me! Namaste!